Narayana. When you think of Ramayana, do you think katha or itihasa? Do you think of Ramayana as a story, or do you think of Ramayana as history? So let's have a quick survey. How many of you believe Ramayana is a katha or story, by show of hands? Okay. How many of you believe Ramayana is itihasa or history? Okay. You know what's interesting? There's a strong difference in age. The younger people who are into the Lord of the Rings and the Harry Potters, this is just a story. But all of the older people, perhaps with more insight, wiser, lovelier, righter, better, they believe this is history. And I'm not here to convince you otherwise. However, if you believe that Bhagwan is infinite, if you associate Bhagwan with Brahman, then that also means infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities. So, it's important to keep this open mind between story and history, appreciating that Bhagwan is infinite. How can we deny the possibility of there being an icon in the form of a monkey? How can we deny the possibility of a vehicle that flies? How can we deny the possibility of time being cyclical and having multiple layers? Because any way that you deny any of this, you're denying infinity. This is where Vedanta is needed to grow. Without Vedanta, this will remain as a story, and it may be motivating, it may be enjoyable, but it won't be as transformative. But with Vedanta, we take that same katha, but we relate it to ourselves, and we see that this is much more real, that this is all possible. Vedanta in Ramayana. A couple of weeks ago, we studied how when Bhagwan Rama met Raja Dasharatha, and Raja Dasharatha was unable to even speak to Bhagwan Rama, so it was Kaikeyi Mata who spoke on his behalf. And Kaikeyi Mata asked for the first boon from the king. And what was the first boon? That Sri Bharata becomes the king. Nobody shook when that boon was asked. And the second boon, Bhagwan Rama will be exiled, which means he can't go to any established community for 14 years. And when Bhagwan Rama heard this, he was so grateful because with one boon, him being exiled for 14 years, he was able to accomplish 4 different directions of fulfillment. He was able to fulfill his father's wish. He was able to fulfill his mother's wish. He was able to fulfill his brother's wish, though not said. He wanted Sri Bharata to become the king. So I'm applying that to Sri Bharata's wish. And he was able to fulfill his own wish also, because he wanted to do more satsang. He wanted to offer more seva. So his father had collapsed. His Kaikeyi Mata was being vicious. Sumantra was confused. But Bhagwan Rama was at ease. In fact, Tulsidashi describes that when Bhagwan Rama heard that he was going to become the next king, he felt like a young elephant that was chained. He felt like a young elephant that was chained. And when his father asked him to be exiled, it was like that chain was removed. Imagine a young elephant in an open area, how free they would be. That's how Bhagwan Rama felt. So this was a very fulfilling experience. But not everyone appreciated that same darshana. Not everyone had the same understanding. Like all of you studying on Sunday mornings, if your spouse is not supportive of this, then they question, correct? What are you doing? Why do you go over there? See, they may not appreciate that fulfillment that you get, correct? And I'll share some of those insights about how people didn't understand Bhagwan Rama's darshana, his vision. The citizens felt like they were stung by a scorpion, and slowly that poison was settling in, and it was causing them paralysis. They couldn't think, they couldn't speak. Their briskness went away. Tulsidashi shares it's like the Vajra hit the whole city. That lightning bolt caused everyone to feel burned. You have to feel this. In regards to Kaikeyi. Now Kaikeyi is a queen, and she has lots of people who advise her, people who help her. And when her friends found out about what she had asked for, they went straight to Kaikeyi and they asked, what are you doing? They said, you asked for the first boon. Nobody has a problem with that. Fulfillment. But why are you asking for the second boon? Everyone loves Bhagwan Rama. You yourself said you love Bhagwan Rama. Sri Bharata doesn't want to be the king. What will people say of you? And as they were trying to guide her, she was feeling more and more bitter, and she sent them away. See, when you're doing something wrong, you don't want to be told you're doing something wrong. And what's fascinating is these people have been serving her, they've been guiding her for so long. Mantra came in one discussion, and it was able to convince her to totally change her relationship with her husband, with her sons. Satsang takes a long time. The Sangha takes a very short time. When Bhagwan Rama then went to Kaushalya Mata, and she was waiting for him because she doesn't know about this news. She's saying, when you will be the next king, will be the treat of my eyes. And he goes to Mother Kaushalya and says, Father has asked me to go to the kingdom for 4 years and then another 10 years. He doesn't say 14 years. See the choice words that he uses. And she's, you know, when someone punches you in the stomach, not if you happen to get hit in the stomach, not like yesterday. Remember when someone punched you in the stomach? If you have the wind knocked out of you. She was like that. She couldn't breathe. And Bhagwan Rama told her to not project erroneous fears. Imagine a son telling that to his mother. Don't project erroneous fears. In other words, There's no need for you to be afraid. And where does fear come from? Attachment. He's trying to encourage her not to be attached. And Kaushalya Mata knows that she shouldn't be attached. Remember when she was Shatarupa? She wanted to see Bhagwan Rama as a child and Bhagwan Rama as Bhagwan Rama. It was Raja Dasharatha who only wanted to see Bhagwan Rama as a child. So you see, this going away affected them very differently. Raja Dasharatha didn't have knowledge. You will see soon that he will die. Kaushalya Mata did have knowledge. And so it was a struggle for her, but she lived on to see Bhagwan Rama come back. But the way Tulsidasi describes how Kaushalya Mata is feeling, such detail, he says that she's like a fish that by accident, swallowed the scum that arises when the monsoon hits and all the dirty part of the water goes to the top. The oils, the garbage, and all of that. And she, by accident, swallowed that, and her body was violently shaking like a fish's would. After consuming that poison. Now you have to visualize your own mother like that to really feel for what is happening over here. And then we completed last week saying that Mother Sita also heard about this tragedy. And she came running to her Bhagwan Rama and Mother Kaushalya were. And when Mother Sita saw Bhagwan Rama, she looked at him and said, "Is it that my body and soul is going to accompany you, or only my soul?" She's going with him. Whether her body goes or not, she is going with him. And how powerfully she shares this. And throughout this dialogue, Bhagwan Rama keeps saying all of the hardships that will come with living in the forest. And what does Mother Sita keep doing? She keeps saying that wherever you are not, that is hell. That Ayodhya may be heaven. We've been describing Ayodhya like that. But if you're not there, then this is hell. And then really the opposite is true, is wherever you are is heaven. And then Mother Kaushalya also advises, saying that, your feet have never touched the ground. There's one part in this writing where Mother Sita's anklets speak to Mother Sita saying, "Please don't ever leave us. Please don't ever leave us." And isn't that the foreshadowing that eventually she takes off those anklets for Bhagwan Rama to find? Mother Kaushalya says, in the forest, there's all of these animals that live there. You are scared by the picture of a monkey that's shared there. Again, foreshadowing that she's going to see Hanumanji as her son. And then Mother Sita says, "Who dare look at me when you are by my side?" Referring to Bhagwan Rama. Now when Bhagwan Rama wasn't by her side, see, Ravana came. How carefully all of this foreshadowing is put in all of this. And I'm not making this up. You can read it yourself. That's why I keep giving you these reference points. So that's where we completed last week. We now begin our study for this week. Bhagwan Rama says it's going to be hard. Kaushalya Mata says it's going to be hard. Mother Sita is saying it's going to be hard if I don't come with you. What is Bhagwan Rama's verdict? I'm on the 70th section of Chaupais, 70th section, the first line of the first verse. So that's 70:1:1 or 117 on page 294. Samachara jaba lachimana pae vyakula pilaka badana uti dhai. When this news reached the ears of Sri Lakshmana, he was shaken by this. And he immediately got up and went to where Bhagwan Rama is. So what happened before this? After Mother Sita shares to Bhagwan Rama that without you I will be in hell, he so beautifully says, Sita ji, grief is out of season. Go get ready. I love how he says it so romantically. Grief is out of season right now. Go get ready. Come with me. But now Lakshman comes. And when Lakshman comes, he comes with hands folded. Almost disheveled. That's whatever that means for a prince. He comes there. And he says, what will I do without you? He's saying to Bhagwan Rama, what will I do without you? He says that you're my father, you are my mother, you are my brother, you are my wife. He goes through all of the relationships in his lives and saying, you are all of this. And Bhagwan Rama says, hey, don't lose your balance. Stay cool, okay? I love how Bhagwan Rama's 17 years old right now. He's telling his mother, don't be attached. He's telling his brother, stay balanced. He's giving this sound advice. Balavar student, correct? He went to the Gurukul. Don't your kids tell you that too? So that's the only katha part that I wanted to share, but I'll share some of the adhyatma part of all of this. Why Bhagwan Rama allows Mother Sita to come? At one point he says that she will die without me. She will die without me. Now, if you think of our own lives, without joy, aren't you more dead than alive? Without Bhagwan in your life, we are more dead than alive. Without joy and or Bhagwan, they're synonyms for each other, we are dead. Just because this body moves, that doesn't mean anything more than a car moving. There's no spirit behind that. There's no bhava behind that. And Bhagwan Rama is karuna ahetuki. He is uncaused compassion. So though Mother Sita should be looking after Kaushalya Mata, he says to her that whenever Kaushalya Mata is feeling affection for me, you console her. But he has so much compassion for Mother Sita. He knows that she will die, but Mother Kaushalya will not die. Which is why he allows her to come with her, and for us too. Bhagwan Rama is coming to your city right now. You know, like we say, coming to a theater near you. And Bhagwan Rama is coming to a screen near you. You're getting to study the depth of Ramayana. So Bhagwan Rama says, come. If we go to him like that, he'll say, come with me. But you have to choose him, and he will choose you. And I pointed this out in our Hanuman Chalisa, Jnana Yajna. Is Bhagwan partial? Is God partial to only the people in Flint? And is not partial to the people in Ann Arbor? Today he's not partial to the people in Fairfield because they have a holiday today. Or you're feeling he's not partial to you, that you have to come to Ramayana class. Who is Sugriva an incarnation of? Surya. Who's Vali an incarnation of? Indra. Ramayana, correct? Who did Bhagwan side with? Sugriva. Fast forward to Mahabharata. Who's Surya an incarnation of? Karna. Who's Indra an incarnation of? Arjuna. Who did Bhagwan side with? Arjuna. He doesn't side with Surya or Indra. He sides with Dharma. Where people are integrating themselves towards him, he sides with them. But if we're following Adharma, he won't side with us then. And that's his love for us, that he won't side with us. Living will become harder and harder and harder till we wake up. When Lakshmana comes surrendered, what he's showing here is Ananya Bhakti. That's what he says, you're my father, mother, brother, wife. He has no other altar, he has no other love other than for Bhagwan Rama. Which is why for Sri Lakshmana, he also says, grief is out of season. Lakshmana, you come too. He doesn't say it in such a romantic way. He says, go ask your mother for permission. And you know why he says that? Because he knows Sumitra Mata is going to give him permission. So it's informing Mother Sumitra. Someone had asked that question yesterday about informing your spouse. So he went and informed Mother Sumitra. We think of surrender in a very weakening way, but it's only weakening if you surrender to a weaker party. But when you surrender to Bhagwan, you become of the same nature of Bhagwan. You have the same power of Bhagwan. That's an expression of strength, not weakness. When Sri Lakshmana went to Mother Sumitra, and this is a highly Vedantic dialogue, which I wanted to spend a lot of time with today. What does she say to him? I'm in Portland right now. We're in the middle of our Understanding Marriage retreat. And to understand marriage, what chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita do you have to study? All of them. But specifically, what chapter do you have to study? 4. To understand marriage, you have to study 4, and 9, and 3, and Vivaha, and Ramayana, and all of the Veda, and more. As more scriptures are created, you have to study those also. What does Mother Sumitra say to Sri Lakshmana? I'm in the 75th section of Chopai. It's the 75th section. This is verse 3, line 1. So 75.3.1 on page 297. This is a famous line that Sri Lakshmana takes so deeply that he actually doesn't sleep for 14 years because of this one line. So if you want to sleep, don't read this line then. Because you have to follow suit also. Ragu, Roshu, Irasha, Madhu, Moha, Jani Sapanehu, Inake, Hohu. And you know these words. What does Ragu mean? Raga, or attachment or desire. Raga and Kama are synonymous here. And where there's desire, what comes with it? Roshu, Krodha, Irsha, jealousy or Matsarya is another word we use. Madhu, not madhu as in honey, it's Mada, arrogance, Mada. Moha, delusion, confusion. Jani sapanehu inake basa hohu, that these enemies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies, know them, that they can even be born and established in your dream. They can exist even in your dreams. So now why is Mother Sumitra saying this? When Sri Lakshmana was told by Bhagwan Rama to go ask his mother for permission, Tulsidas Ji says, Sri Lakshmana felt as if he was blind and he was able to regain his sight. And he was told that he can come with Bhagwan Rama. When Sri Lakshmana tells Mother Sumitra about this news, she starts beating her head, pounding her chest. There's so much sorrow that she can't help but express this in the frustration of her body. But in a short period of time, she stops projecting fear she regains her balance, and she says to Sri Lakshmana, right now is not a good time for Rama or Sita. This is not a good time for them. And so, wherever Mother Sita is, you have to go there because she is your mother. Wherever Bhagwan Rama is, that is where your father is. So you have to go with your father. Wherever they are is where Ayodhya is. So if you stayed in Ayodhya, you'd actually be leaving Ayodhya. This advice that Mother Sumitra gives is that who needs Sri Lakshmana more? It is Bhagwan Rama and Mother Sita. That she doesn't hold them. She's saying, these are your new parents. She says that out of all of the relationships in life, father, mother, brother, spouse, dearer than all of that is your spirit, your soul, or Atman. And another word for Atman is Rama. So you being with Rama is the correct dharma. It is the correct opportunity cost when choosing who to look after. Because all other relationships are only in the context of Bhagwan Rama. Our relationship with our parents, what do we try to bring out of that relationship? Joy for them, joy for us. See, it's always based on that Rama. Mother Sumitra says, it is her good fortune that she has a child who is devoted to Bhagwan Rama. After this one line I read, she says that child who is not devoted to Bhagwan Rama has wasted their parents' youth. Has wasted their parents' youth. In all of this, Urmila never comes to see Mother Sumitra or Sri Lakshmana. Urmila is Sri Lakshmana's wife. Once Mother Sumitra gives this guidance, he gets up and goes back to where Bhagwan Rama is. There's no mention of Urmila in this whole episode, in this whole narration. And so let's come to the Adhyatmic part, just for a short period before we get into our discussion. Sumitra means the one who is a good friend. Mitra means someone who's affectionate without reason. In other words, someone who cares for you, not because they're related to you, and even though she is related to Sri Lakshmana, and because she's caring for him beyond relationship, she's looking out for his interests and not her interests. Who is a real friend? Someone who challenges you, not someone who only looks after themselves, convenience, and so on. So truly, she is Mother Sumitra. She highlights that our only relationship in life should be with Bhagwan. All other relationships are created in time, will be uncreated in time, but not with Bhagwan. So our focus should be on joy. She shares that the duty of a parent, the responsibility of a parent, is to generate love in a child's heart. Which is why all of those parents who bring their kids to Bhagavad, you may not have that love in your heart, but if you can help your children be in such an environment, you are looking after your own youthhood. You are fulfilling what it means to be a parent. It is not just to send them to a good university. It is not just to make them well known in the world. It is for the most fundamental purpose, which is development and joy. And she brings up all of these vices: desire, anger, jealousy, arrogance, confusion, because these prevent us, in this case, serving Lord Rama. She's saying these are your parents. That during your wakeful state, this is all clear, but in a dream, your intellect becomes dulled. That's why in a dream state, You may have these erratic thoughts. It's because the intellect has become dulled. So she's saying, even in a dream, these enemies can come. They can distract you from the purpose of your life. So he says, oh, I can't do this. So he stopped sleeping. He never slept after this guidance. Not out of fear, out of being proactive. And now coming specifically to Urmilaji. See, yesterday I had a satsang with just the Devis. And what did Devis think about? How Devas should change and compassion for their fellow Devis. So the last question, right as I'm leaving, the one Devi asks, so how come Bhagavan Rama sent Mother Sita to the forest? Shout out to Mother Sita. And my response to that was, Mother Sita never complained. Why are you complaining? Coming to Urmilaji. This is what Swami Tej Ramayana had shared with us when he taught us this. That Urmila did not come to see Sri Lakshmana when he left. Did not come to see him. A wife's love is to help her perform her husband's responsibilities. What is the word that Vilasniji mentioned yesterday? Saha Dharma Charini. That a wife is someone who's supposed to help her husband walk the path of Dharma. And only for wives, not for husbands, correct? That's what's written, right? So we should interpret this as literally as possible. Sahadharma Charini, which naturally means we should be Sahadharma Chari. And we should support a wife in her performance of responsibilities to find Bhagwan. So for Urmilaji, that was to stay and serve Sumitra Mata, Kaushalya Mata. Because Bhagwan Rama and Sri Lakshmana are going to go. Sri Lakshmana's responsibility is here. Her responsibility is to him. So what does she need to be doing? Look over here, correct? That's how a family works. Shared responsibilities. Sometimes someone's a leader, sometimes someone's a follower. There's no head of the house. There's heads of the house. Mother Sumitra did not hug Sri Lakshmana when he left. Did not hug Sri Lakshmana. Why? Because she would have slowed him down from following his dharma with Bhagavan Rama. Does that mean she didn't care? She just gave him a high five from afar. She tweeted him. How's it going over there? Though this is a bhakti shastra, you see how it's so filled with dharma. They're not separate from each other. The sacrifice that is highlighted just in what we studied now, in this dialogue, is indescribable. And the more you reflect on it, the more insights you're given to this, the more you're moved by this and love this. And the last point that Guruji shared with us about all this, and you know who caused all of this? Kaikeyi. It was Kaikeyi's decision who brought out the glory of Mother Kaushalya, Mother Sita, Sri Lakshmana, Mother Sumitra. It was because of Kaikeyi, but we never would have known the glory of what a mother should be like, a wife should be like, a brother should be like, a son should be like. Lots of content, lots of Vedanta. Narayan.